Yo boys, it's good to be back. So right now I'm gonna be testing out this new structure of mine and how it's gonna work. I'll actually tell you what stands here. I'll tell you how it plays out on the chart and you can just see how it's done. If you want, I can make a separate video on this, but for now, let me just go over today. So what I wrote here, and again, why did I do this? Because my old way of trading, I didn't get that many trades, and when I did get, the ratio was off, the win rate was fucking around. So it was set up for disaster, and I saw opportunity where I can make it better. So let me go over this right here. I said, all right, so for my bias, overall, I look at the 4 and 1 hour. That stays the same. But now, what trend is it in? Currently, it is an uptrend on the 4 hour, but it's about to break structure over here. The 1 hour is in a downtrend. My overall bias for the day is down because I think, okay, maybe it can make a retrace, but I want it to go lower. That is my bias, and obviously it can change depending on what the market does, but that's what I see for now. Liquidity, was there any recent sweeps? Over here was a sweep, over here was a sweep. It might come take this out on this pair. There was this sweep over here. Okay, there was a recent sweep, so that means maybe price action will now retrace after the down movement, and then I can take a trade to the upside. And again, then I just go into the 1 minute. I'm just gonna give me a second. Okay, now over here, structure, recent break of structure up or down. No, not really, but the 4 hour is about to break structure down. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Fair value gap zones, price inside 1 or 4 hour fair value gap or order block. No, it is not. Price action was over here. I would have definitely be 100% bearish. Now I'm kind of bullish, wanting that move up to go lower. And yeah, retracement needed. That's what I want. Okay, so that's where I get my bias from. I wanted to do this. Okay, and if it just set itself to the downside, okay, fine, it will maybe come up like this out giving me entries, and then I'll just short, or it can. But it made a 5 minute sweep right now. I'll go over my 5 minute thing in a second. So outcome, I want longs into the retrace. Maybe then I can look for shorts. My time is a little bit limited today though, so we'll see with that. 5 minute confirmation. There has to be a 5 minute sweep or break of structure. So how this is gonna work? Order flow. If you do not know what order flow is, I'm not gonna explain it in this video, but I'm gonna be using 5 minute order flow for my with my bias. Okay, so this is a little bit in the lower time frame. People always say, if you don't know what the market's gonna do, look at the 4 hour. I do that on the 5 minute. I look at the 5 minute and see, okay, price action wants to do this because I've tested many things. Most of them always, every single one had the 5 minutes. I have a lot of experience on the 5 minute. I can basically look at it and have an idea what price action wants to do again. You get what I mean. You're not a dumbass, hopefully. So let me just read if value order block zone price ideally. All right. So if price action is inside of a confluence, let's say, there's not an example right here. Okay. So over here, okay. So yeah, sweep break of structure over here. It filled the fair value gap and the order block with this candle. The price action was inside of the confluence, and if it just broke up with 1 minute, this is where if okay, I'll get into the 1 minute again, but this is what I mean with the 5 minute. If it's inside of this and it's aligned with my bias, it's fine to take it. If you just made a sweep and the 1 minute gave an entry here, fine to take it. How I enter on the 1 minute differs from what happens. Again, I'll go over that in a second. It is actually, wait, let me log out session, open. Right, so my bad. All right, so the 1 minute. Why did I miss something on the 5 minute? All right, just structure clarity, no job or opposing structure in conflict. That's basically it. Okay. What's meant with that is break of structure up, break of structure down, and it's basically a fight against will it follow this confluence or will it react out of this confluence with conflict between both sides. I don't want that. I don't want to see that shit. So if everything's fine, it made a sweep on the 5 minute, made a break of structure on the 5 minute, it's inside of a 5 minute confluence, aligned with my bias. So again, maybe that's a retrace for this example. I go into the 1 minute. I want a break of structure, fair value gap or order block fill, and a reaction candle. But this is where it changes, not just reaction candle. I want it to close above or below the high or the, okay, so in this example, let's say I wanted a long, okay, it broke structure, broke structure over here, price action, did this, broke structure, came down, filled this order block, every action. I'm not taking it. I want a second or a third candle closes above this. Then I will enter here. I put my stop loss over here and my take profit will be about, I'll go over those rules now, but between 1.5 and 2 ratio, and I will full close. That is what I also changed. So again, okay, if price action is inside of a fair value gap on the 5 minute, I only want that reaction. Let's say not the reaction candle, but clear closure above or below a low. That then is fine to enter. Let me see if I missed something. No, I didn't. Right, so I just made a note here. If price is inside a 5 minute fair value per order block, then a strong 1 minute reaction candle is fine, yeah. Okay. You do not need a full 1 minute break of structure retrace into fair value gap. Okay. Let's say this. If price is not in a 5 minute confluence, fair value gap order block, and it's just reacting after a 5 minute sweep, let's say something like this, then you do want a 1 minute break of structure full and then reaction. Avoid entries when no 5 minute sweep break of structure has occurred. Okay. This can count as a 5 minute sweep. Yes. So there was a sweep. I'm just watching this while I'm explaining. So there was this 5 minute sweep as well. Okay. Avoid entries when 5 minute is at the top or bottom of a trend and fair value gaps already filled. So let's say there was a fair value gap here. Price action already filled it. Price action comes up again. Obviously, I'm not gonna look for shorts out of that. Like, bro, it's already at the bottom of a trend. I want to see sweep and then longs. So that's what I mean by that. bias is unclear or structure across time frames is mixed. It's not in this scenario. All time frames I'm overall bearish. All time frames I want overall retrace. Okay. No, no mixed bias. Trade would have been very poor ratio. Okay, that's obvious. If it's 1-to-1 under 1.5, I don't want to take the trade. Checklist. High time frame bias is clear. 5-minute confirmation move, sweep or break of structure. Price is in 5-minute fair value gap or order block. 1-minute break of structure confirms direction. Reaction candle shows clear intent. Stop loss, take profit, offer a good RR, risk to reward ratio, trade aligned with 5-minute. Okay, that's it. And that's also important through the 5-minute. If the trade goes against it, I'm not taking it because I what I want from my 5-minute. Let me just see. Okay, if price action is inside a 1 or a 4-hour fair value gap, I can also take a trade out of that with just 1-minute break of structure for reaction. You get the point by now. So yeah, man, that's it for the strategy. I might actually stop the video right now, and the price action is actually doing something. I will decide if I will upload this as a lesson. You can just see me talking about my new strategy. Then you can go watch if I get to trade this video on how it actually plays out and works. Again, it's not going to be 100% when there is no strategies into those fucking idiots. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna stop recording. Maybe I'll get the trades, then I'll update it into this one. But for now, see you in the next one.